All right, so here are the instructions on how to create this script that is going to require you to get all this information for it. So we have the script file name of sysinfo, output of info.txt, and the location file of scripts. So first thing that we need to do is we'll do pwd to view where our current working directory is. And we're going to do a new directory, because if we do an ls-l, as you can see, I don't have a folder named scripts. So I'll do mkdir and then scripts. You notice that nothing happened, but when I do it ls-l, and here is my folder called scripts. Now I have to navigate to that, so it'd be cd scripts. So now I do a ls or ls-l. There's nothing in there, so let me clear the screen here. So now I'm going to create the file, and the command I'm going to utilize that I'm going to need is a text editor, which is going to be nano. So it'll be nano, and then the file name here is going to be sysinfo. Sysinfo, and here's my text editor. Now the commands that we need to do is basically get the date, user, etc., and all this information for the script. Now the way the script needs to always start is basically this syntax here to identify that this is a bash shell script. So we're going to do basically hashtag exclamation point /bin/bash. Right, and from there we're going to basically look at what we need. So we need to get the current date. So this is what we'll type in. We'll say date greater than, and we're going to make sure that the output file is going to be info.txt. So info.txt. So that is our first criteria. Get the current user. That is going to be who am I, and then greater than to info.txt. All right, so when you have all the commands here, so this is basically how your script should look like. So we get the date, the user, who's logged in, the computer name, information about the operating system, information about the processor here, information about the partition and the IP address. And then down below here we're going to do Control X at the bottom here. So Control X. So at the bottom here we're going to do Control X, and it says save modified in the buffer. We're going to say yes. We're going to write to the system info, hit enter, and now the script is created. So we do an ls-l. And a couple of things here to note, that we have read and write, and read. Basically, if you remember, we have those groups. So we have for the user, group, and other, the different permissions. And for this one, if you recall on the information here, we need the command to change the file permissions, and we need to make it executable. So for the user, we need to make executable here. So the permissions are going to be read, write, and execute for that portion. The group, we're going to leave the same of read and write, and there's going to be nothing there. And then for the other is just simply read, and there's nothing there. But remember, we have the ability to utilize binary, so we have 1, 2, and 4. So basically we're utilizing all three of these, so that's 4 plus 2 plus 1, that's 7. Read and write, so again this is 1, 2, and 4, so we're using a read and write, so 4 plus 2 is going to be 6. And then over here we have read and nothing else, so again we got 1, 2, and 4. The only thing that we're using is the R, so that's going to be number 4. So if we do basically 7, 6, 4 for the command, so our command here is going to be chmod, right? 6, I'm sorry, that's 7, 6, and 4 for sysinfo. Looks like nothing happened. We do ls-l, and then you notice here, let me clear the screen here, that the sysinfo is a different color. We have read, write, and execute, read, write, and then read. And now how to execute it, since we're already in this directory. To execute this one, it's / and then sysinfo, and it looks like nothing happened. So if we do ls-l, you notice that we do have a new text file over here that has been created. And to view the text file, clearly we're going to utilize a command called cat, and then we're going to do info.txt. And as you can see, we have a lot of information that has been captured here. And let me scroll up a bit here. And basically what we have is this. So we got the date, we got the user, we got the computer name. This information pertains to the host name, the operating system information. So you can see there's a lot. This information and going down, this is the LSCPU that's given us all this information. There's a lot of information that's being displayed there. And then as we scroll down a bit, this information here is from the lsblk command, and scrolling further down, all this information is the IPA command down here. So this basically worked, and that's how you create your script.